Good evening and welcome into the Bulldog Digital Network as we get set to kick off another season of Tennessee Wesleyan basketball here on the Bulldog Digital Network. Jared Wright bringing you all the action tonight as we've got a single game here on Dwayne Farmer Court between the Tennessee Wesleyan Lady Bulldogs and the Welch Lady Flame from Gallatin, Tennessee as they make the trip over. It'll be a new era here in terms of both basketball teams, but tonight head coach Jason Smith gets his tenure started here at the helm of the Lady Bulldogs. Of course, most remember him from being a long-time and successful coach over at Bryan College. And he's, after a few years away from the Appalachian Athletic Conference, has made his way back to the area and will lead the Lady Bulldogs from here on out. They come in 0-1 on the season, losing at Life earlier, just a few days ago, actually on Saturday down in Marietta, Georgia. 68-63. Welch also coming in after losing their first game as well. And this is a series that has favored the Lady Bulldogs in history. They swept them last year. Really back-to-back games separated by just a couple of days. Lady Bulldogs won here at home 64-49 and then on the road in Gallatin 82-63. Welch comes in after a loss at home against Alice Lloyd from Kentucky, 83-81. So a little bit of a high-scoring affair in that one and a close one in that terms. But Lady Bulldogs losing by 5 earlier will look to get the ship righted here at home and give Coach Smith his first victory here inside James L. Robb Gymnasium. We're going to take a pause right here for the national anthem. National anthem out of the way, though. Look at the starting lineups here. Welch with a very short roster and depth. Have a couple out tonight for injuries or just not traveling with the team over from Gallatin. So Welch College will start 00 Caroline Watts. She's a junior guard. Number 1, Carolyn Whiting, a junior guard. 21, Jalea Scott, a junior guard. 24, Lindsey Wright, a sophomore forward. And 32, Kiana Chumbley, a freshman, junior forward for the Lady Flames. Looking at their first game, again, that they dropped, they shot 36.7% from the floor, 34.8% from behind the arc, and 74.4% from the free throw line. On the way to the 81 points they put up, Lady Bulldogs put up 63 points in their first, shooting 44.9% from the field and only 28.6% from behind the arc. Let's look at the starting lineup, though, for your Lady Bulldogs. It'll be number 1, Anna Crowder, the 5'9" senior forward from Decatur, Tennessee. Number 4, Jacelyn Stone, the 5'5" senior guard, also from Decatur, Tennessee. Number 10, J.C. Powell, the 5'8" senior guard, as well from Decatur, Tennessee. Number 22, Sierra Bates, the 6' senior forward from Kodak, Tennessee. And 23, Jalea Lindsay, the 5'9" freshman forward from Cleveland, Tennessee. Played at Walker Valley High School. So she spent a lot of time playing in Athens, Tennessee the last couple of years. Anytime Walker Valley and McMinn County faced off against each other. It is election night in America, and so we'll have 4 10-minute quarters to decide this one. And the outcome here is both teams looking to get their first wins of the season. Lady Bulldogs looking to get Coach Jason Smith his first victory in Tennessee Wesleyan blue. He will join us post-game. Already squared that away with him, so he will be up here with us as we get set for 4 10-minute quarters coming your way here. Wesleyan home white uniforms, Welch in the navy blue uniforms. Stone has it up top, goes left side, gets it over to Powell. Now top of the key, Crowder has it poked away, scooped up there by Scott, but she'll poke it out of bounds. And so the Lady Bulldogs will have to reset offensively. Shot clock down to 19. Stone, high post feed to Bates. Bates gives it right back to Stone on the cut. She gets to the left wing, picks up the dribble, bounces it high post to Bates. Here comes Stone around the top of the key. Pops it out to Lindsay for 3. In and out that one goes. Rebound collected there by Chumbley. Chumbley brings it up, loses the dribble, picks it up, sends it right side to Scott. One dribble, and then she'll look to dish it off. Gets it over to Wheating. Three-pointer off the mark. Bates with her first board. She'll clear it out to the point guard, Stone. Stone, middle of the floor, crossover, down to the right block. Has it blocked out of bounds, but they'll call the foul, and Jacelyn Stone will draw the first foul there against Watts. And so Stone in and out on the first free throw. Got to knock down the freebies. Again, only one other player dressed for Welch. So the depth advantage would go to the Lady Bulldogs as they lead it 1-0 now. Welch seen full court pressure. Powell picks up Watts in the front court. Watts crossover and down into the lane on the left side. Looking for help, bounces it out front there to Scott. Back to Watts it goes. Anna Crowder out there guarding her. Up top, Chumbley with it. Shot clock down to 8. Chumbley left it open at the elbow. Misses the jumper. Powell collects her first board. Here comes Stone up the floor. Quick outlet pass to Crowder, far corner. Skip pass, it comes over to Stone. Stone finding Lindsay in the corner. Lindsay goes all the way in. Layup off the right side is good for Jalea Lindsay. Her first basket here on Dwayne Farmer Court. Powell gets the steal. It's poked away. Crowder gets it over to Lindsay. Lindsay goes up on the left side, back-to-back buckets. It's a 5-0 start for the Lady Bulldogs. Just under 2 minutes played so far here in the first quarter of action. Watts quickly up the far side of the floor. Out in front. Goes to Chumbley. Left side it comes to Scott. Scott waiting on some help, and that's Lindsay Wright. She'll go in, layup missed on the left side. Bates tipping it around. Wright comes back away with it, and Welch gets their first point. Top of the key, J.C. Powell. Sierra Bates now to Crowder. Crowder around the screen. Near corner it comes to Lindsay. Kicks out to Bates. Stone behind the back dribble. Right side of the lane, open for a wide open layup. Pushes that lead back to 5. Lady Flames keep it out front. Powell knocks it out of bounds, trying to intercept the steal. There's a look across the way and some great coaching on the top of the bench over there between, as the travel is called, former Meigs County coach Jason Powell over there. And of course the runs he had at Meigs County High School. Watching some of his former players and his daughter JC playing in the Hall of Fame here at Tennessee Wesleyan. And of course right beside him, Jeff Rice. Longtime assistant and then the women's coach here for Tennessee Wesleyan, now focused on golf as J.C. Powell knocks down a big 3 Lady Bulldogs up by 8 now, largest lead. And Jeff Rice also in the Hall of Fame. Great success here as a women's coach. Backcourt pressure applied, that full court press creating some havoc, and Lady Flames turn it over on the sideline. Anna Crowder forces the step out of bounds. Stone to work it up across the midcourt. 6.5 to play. It's 10-2. Lady Bulldogs in front comfortably. Stone, a little give and go action from Bates. And Lady Bulldogs push their lead to double digits at 10. Scott working it up the floor. Man-to-man shown by Lady Bulldogs. Crowder about how to steal. Instead, it's Chumbley able to keep up with it. Chumbley goes to the block. A little running hook shot. She gets the roll in. Cuts it back to single-digit game, 12-4. Under 6 to play in the first quarter of action. Stone gets a high screen. Bounce pass to Bates. Just too much traffic there. Intercepted by Chumbley. She'll clear it out to right. Far side of the floor. Waiting with it. Gives it down to Chumbley, and it's going to be Chumbley. She's got back-to-back baskets. Cuts the lead in half. 5.5 to go in the first. Stone loses the handle. Picked up there on the baseline by Wright. Stone trying to recover defensively and make the steal. Chumbley will slow it down. Powell right there on her hip. Loses a high dribble. Somehow Scott ends up with it and drills a three. Cuts it down to a one-possession game at the 5-minute mark. Wesleyan led it by as many as 10 just a moment ago. This has been all Welch. Scoring 7 straight points. Here's Lindsay, a little fake down low, makes the turning shot off the glass. Full court press. Crowder right there with Powell. Powell gets the steal. Powell going in. Bounce pass over to Lindsay. Layup good on the left side. Freshman leading the Lady Bulldogs right here. It's a 30-second timeout by Tennessee Wesleyan. We'll take it with them here on the Bulldog Digital Network. After the timeout by head coach Jason Smith, he goes to the bench and brings in some reserves. Number 12, Alexis Bates, part of that Bates twin duo from Kodak, Tennessee. Senior guard, 5'6". Also number 3, Abby Barr from Sweetwater, Tennessee, the 5'8" senior guard, checks in. Here's a drive. Oh, Whiting missed it. Putback is collected, and it is good. So basket's good. Free throw coming up. Julia Howard picks up her first foul. Number 5 out there. Freshman also from Decatur, Tennessee. 5'9". That's her height. Missed free throw. Barr brings it up the court. High post feed to Howard. Works her way into the block. Now kicks out to Powell. Connection off the mark. Now Powell trying to recover and get the steal. Also checking in during that timeout was number 2, Danny Dawson, the freshman forward from Welch. Welch turns it over on a semi-fast break opportunity. So Lindsay inbounds to Lexi Bates. Right side it goes to Barr. Top of the key, Powell, now high post feed on the right side to Howard. She'll drop it back to the former Lady Tiger and Powell. And the three-pointer is good for J.C. Powell, another one. Powell can light it up from downtown. She's got 6 points to her credit. Now trying to get another steal here. Far side, it's going to be Watts. Quick feed inside, and Bates looked like she was there in time, but the foul's going to be called on Alexis Bates. Her first, team second. That'll give Wesleyan a chance to sub in Ella Crowder, who places Lindsay. Ella also a twin out there. Anna's twin sister from Decatur as well. Three-pointer well off the mark there for Welch. Ball battled for. Powell comes out of the scrum with it, gets it to Bates, now up to Crowder. Ella Crowder puts it on the floor, looks to cutting Bates. Bates, little sky hook on the layup is good. Lady Bulldogs back in front by 10. Ties their largest lead of the ball game with under 3 to play. Far side. Gonna be a drive by right, layup no good. Good box out by Barr. She'll collect the rebound, pushing the pace here. 3-on-2 break. Barr to the right side of the glass. Lays it up without any need for the rim. And the Lady Bulldogs will take their largest lead of the game at 12 here. Little high screen. We're waiting. Fake shot by Scott. Now she'll back it up. Shot clock at 12. Hands it off to Dawson. Dawson gets it. Shot clock at 6. Ball poked away, but Howard's going to get called for the foul. Nope, it's going to be Barr. Howard and Barr working together there. Third foul on the Lady Bulldogs. Chumbley back in. She'll replace Wright. Trying to get it on the baseline. They get it into Chumbley on the far side. She'll pop the three. Short off the front of the rim. Bates collects the rebound. She'll clear it out to Powell. Powell quickly up to Ella Crowder. Crowder crossover into the paint. Left side layup, no good, and she'll draw the contact foul. And she'll get 2 free throws coming her way. This one's going to be the first on Dawson, team second of the quarter. Crowder short on the first one. Second one is good. Extends that largest lead by 1. Still full court pressure shown by the Lady Bulldogs. Top of the key, Chumbley with it. Clock at 1:45. Three-pointer off the mark at the top. Ball tipped around into the hands of Howard. It goes, gets it out to Powell. Powell across the time strike. Quick feed down low to Abby Barr on the backdoor cut, and it's good. Easy connection there. Minute and a half to go, and it's a 15-point advantage for your Tennessee Wesleyan Lady Bulldogs. Deflected out by Tennessee Wesleyan. Welch led by head coach Katie Bryan. They'll have it down low. Chumbley back to the basket, working against Howard. A little shoulder shake. Shot off the mark. Ella Crowder pulls it in. She'll clear it out to Powell. High school teammates continuing to play at the next level here together. Bates, no look pass out to Barr on the right wing. Barr, step back three. It's deflected. Chumbley comes away with it, and then a foul on the loose ball exchange. This one's going to be on Howard. It's going to be her second. Team fourth. And a minute to go here in the first quarter of action. Right with it. Behind the back, gets a screen from Chumbley in the near corner. Waiting now, Watts. Three-pointer up and airballed. Chumbley chases it down. Shot clock could reset. It shouldn't have. Chumbley goes in. Layup, no good. Ball tipped around. Baseline feed. Dawson has it. Kicks it out to Chumbley for a three. And this one is finally connected. That ends the large scoring onslaught by Tennessee Wesleyan. With 25 seconds to go. After that 7-0 run by Welch, Lady Bulldogs had went on a 10-2 run of their own. Wesleyan going to be able to take the last shot of the first quarter, 26-14, and they draw a foul with the clock stopping at 3.1 or 3.4, and that one's on Chumbley, her first, team third of the quarter. Howard will exit, and that will allow number 35, Courtney Farr, the junior forward from Benton, Tennessee, to enter the game here for Tennessee Wesleyan. Bates gets it in to Farr. Back to Bates it goes. Pulls the trigger in the corner. Missed it. But at the end of the first quarter, the Lady Bulldogs in front by 12, 26-14. Here on the Bulldog Digital Network, we'll take a break and be right back with all the second quarter action here from Gawain Farmer Court. Back here on the Bulldog Digital Network. Jared Wright bringing you the action here in our first game at home here for the basketball season. There'll still be some time before we get the men in action here at home, but they'll be headed to Pikeville this weekend. And Randy Casey taking over after Ray Stone moving into an assistant athletic director role. So he will take the men's club up to Pikeville, a place he has been an assistant before, in a little early season tournament. Wesleyan with the ball out of the quarter break. Crowder had it on the baseline. Welch had it, and Wesleyan gets the steal. Ella Crowder gets it out to Anna Crowder, up to Lindsay. A nice three-quarter court pass is good, and it's back to a 14-point game here early in the second quarter. Wright with it, working against Farr, kicks it out. Dawson for a three-pointer on the left wing, missed it. Ella Crowder smartly going to let it just roll out of bounds. And Wesleyan will see no full court pressure. They've got Stone back out there. Lindsay, Farr, Anna Crowder, and Ella Crowder, the 5'4" Tennessee Wesleyan here. Stone pull up, 15-foot jumper, doesn't get the bounce around. Comes off to the left. Now Stone about steals it away. Instead, it's going to be Scott up the far side of the floor with it. Scott working it. They're going to get a hand check foul on number 1, Anna Crowder, her first of the quarter, team first of the quarter. Leading scorers for both teams, it's Chumbley with 7 for the Lady Flames. Lindsay with 10 for the Lady Bulldogs, 8 of those in the first quarter. Here's Stone off a long rebound, trying to get a 2-on-1 break to Anna Crowder, just like they did in Decatur, Tennessee, and they've done for 4 years here. They connect there, and it's a 16-point advantage, the now largest lead of the game. Layup, left side is good for Wright, just took it all the way in. Answers right back. Stone left side to Crowder, puts it on the floor, comes around to the high post. Kicks it to her sister Ella. Now Stone has it deflected out of bounds. Rightfully just pulls the hands down. Wesleyan will be able to get a substitution with the dead ball. Number 14, Aubrey Long, a sophomore guard, 5'6", from Benton, Tennessee. She'll replace Ella Crowder. Right wing, Stone lobs it into Farr. Farr took off just a little too early and without putting the dribble down. Inbound comes to Watts. Now back out to Scott. Scott going to control it. Turnover forced. Lindsay gets a steal up to Crowder. Little payback for the three-quarter court assist earlier. And it pushes it back to a 16-point game. 32-16, 7.5 to play. Lindsay deflects this cross-court pass out of bounds. That'll let the Lady Bulldogs get set back up defensively. Decent crowd on hand for a Tuesday night ball game here. The first one of the season. And without it being a doubleheader, you never know what kind of crowd you're going to get. Here's a steal by Stone. Deflects the in pass in the lane. Behind the back feed to Anna Crowder, and it's going to roll out of bounds off of Tennessee Wesleyan. Good thought right there, but just too much traffic to get it to go through. Still full court press shown by Tennessee Wesleyan. Ball tipped up, but Stone couldn't get around her matchup to get it, but now poked away from behind by Tennessee Wesleyan. Farr picks it up, gives it to Long. Long into the paint. Left side layup. Comes off the front. Into the hands there of Watts, and she'll clear it out. Little crossover. Layup good on the right side for the Lady Flames. Whiting makes that one. So back to a 14-point advantage for Tennessee Wesleyan. Stone, though, answers right back, and teams just keep trading buckets here. 34-18, 6.5 to play. Lindsay's going to get the steal in the backcourt. Chases down the loose ball. Coach Smith going to the bench. Sierra Bates coming to the scorer's table. Here's Lindsay, just takes it straight off the dribble. Bucket just bounces out, but she'll get 2 free throws coming her way. As Scott picks up her first, team first of the quarter. Bates replaces Farr. Chumbley back in as well. For the Lady Flames, Lindsay stepping to the line. First free throw off the mark. Wesleyan missing both front ends of free throws so far here tonight. Stone missed one earlier. See if Lindsay can do what Stone did, knock the second one down. Missed that one. Ball rebounded, but Long's going to get called for the foul over the back on the rebound. Still full court press shown by the Lady Bulldogs, and it forces another turnover. Stone and Lindsay collect it. Here Stone gets fouled hard on the layup, and she's going to get another free throw chance. As Wright's going to pick that one up. Her first, team second of the quarter. So both teams with 2 fouls apiece. Stone's first free throw, in and out it goes. And the second one, she does just like she did in the first quarter. Gets it to fall after missing the front end. Now Wesleyan gets another steal. Here's Anna Crowder for 3. Knocks it down, and it's a 20-point advantage for the Tennessee Wesleyan Lady Bulldogs. 38-18. Now another turnover. Long full court, trying to make the shot. Missed it, but she'll get 2 free throws coming. Coach Brown looking for the while that was called, but Dawson's going to pick up her second, team third of the quarter. Long See if she can right the ship of the first free throws, and she does. 39-18, 5:45 to play here in the first half. And she converts both. 40-18, Tennessee Wesleyan in command here through the first part of the second quarter. We'll take a timeout with Welch here on the Bulldog Digital Network. .545 remains here in the second quarter of action. Lady Bulldogs trying to make it 3 in a row and doing it in convincing fashion against Welch. It'd be 3 wins in a row against Welch. And there's a jump ball. The signal is Wesleyan. This full court pressure still creating some havoc for the Lady Flames of Welch. And the jump ball will give it to Tennessee Wesleyan. Stone to bring it up. Wesleyan started the second quarter until that timeout. They were on a 14-4 run. Stone trying to go give and go. The pass deflected. Long going to pick up a foul in transition, trying to get it out of the hands of Wright. And that's going to be the third on Tennessee Wesleyan in the quarter. And that's going to allow number 20, Jordan McCullough, junior forward from Ottawa, Tennessee, originally transferring in from Cleveland State Community College. She'll see her first minutes of the ball game. Feed down low. Bates trying to block the shot, couldn't get it. McCullough gets the rebound, clears it out to Stone. 5 minutes to go. Stone pressured from behind, poked away by the trailing Chumbley, and forcing an ill-advised turnover here on the Lady Bulldogs. Chumbley out front with it. Still 40-18, under 5 we've gone. Tennessee Wesleyan has never trailed in this ball game, never been tied. A drive, the block looked clean, but this one's going to be on Sierra Bates, her first. Team fourth of the quarter. It's also going to allow Scott to check back in for Welch. Actually, it's not, because Watts is going to shoot free throws first. Little mix-up right there. And so Watts at the stripe. This is the first. Second one missed as well. Travel here on the Lady Bulldogs will force the turnover. My game against Alice Lloyd, it was Carolyn Whiting who led them. She's got the ball on the left wing. She had 21 points. Spins into the paint. Layup on the right side. Couldn't get the English spin on it, and Stone collects the defensive glass. Under 4.5 we go. Here's Crowder. Takes off. Gets all the way to the left side and just too strong. Flying in. The rebound tipped out into the hands of McCullough. And the layup is good. Finally knocks the lid off of the basket. It's a 24-point advantage for Tennessee Wesleyan. Complete control. Bounce pass by Dawson over to Chumbley. Chumbley makes it. So Welch answering right back. Quick transition. Stone trying to take it all the way in. Gets bumped. The bucket is good, and she'll draw the foul. And that one's going to be on Whiting. 3:45 to go. Back to a 24-point game. Wesleyan's going to get number 11, Grace Phillips, the freshman guard, 5'7", from Cleveland, Tennessee. Played at Bradley Central High School. So another Bradley County native coming up to play, and a three-point play good by Jacelyn Stone. 25-point advantage, now the largest of the ball game. Alexis Bates back into the ball game. So that was J.C. Powell. Right, running layup, no good, tipped out of bounds, and she catches it out of bounds off the rebound. Just one of those wrong place, wrong time. That 81-point game against Alice Lloyd. Whiting had the 21, Lindsay Williams, who's listed as Lindsay Wright on the roster. 11 points, 10 points by Dawson, and 19 by Chumbley. So plenty of double-figure scores for the Lady Flames. Here's Powell. Grace Phillips knocks down a big three from the far side. 28-point advantage by Tennessee Wesleyan. Looking to make this a big lead at the half. A lot of players contributing here at home in the opening game of the home season. Little fadeaway jumper on the baseline, no good. Chumbley comes in, gets a big rebound, kicks it out, top of the key. Watts for three, answers right back though. 48-23, 2:47 to play. Here's Bates across the time stripe. Kicks it over. McCullough thought about the three. Instead, she'll find Alexis Bates, far corner, missed it. Rebound tipped up and out of bounds by Wesleyan. Wesleyan had three double-figure scores in the loss against Life. A 68-63 loss. 26 points by Stone, 14 by Lindsay, and 10 by Anna Crowder. Stone was also the leading rebounder with 5, followed by Lindsay with 4. Step back three from Watts. She's got back-to-back three-pointers. Just going the opposite way of the Lady Bulldogs wanting to close it. As Welch has cut back into their lead a little bit here. Still in control, Phillips going for another one, missed it. Long rebound, chased down, and it's going to be backcourt on Tennessee Wesleyan, but at least it prevents the fast break opportunity for Welch. Inbounds to the backcourt to Watts. The junior guard will cross the Bulldog logo at midcourt. She's got 6 points, and those coming off the back-to-back three-pointers. Cull's going to pick up her first of the quarter, and that's the 5th team. And so the double bonus would give Watts 2 free throws no matter what. So Watts now 0 for 3 from the line. And she gets the second one to convert. 7 straight points by the Lady Flames here. 1:45 to go. 21-point advantage for Tennessee Wesleyan. Feed down low, McCullough from Bates. Looking for help. Gets tied up, loses it. Ball on the ground, battled for, jump ball. We'll send it back to Welch. Just a little double team down low. It was a nice feed from Sierra Bates down to McCullough, but didn't work out. Here's Watts. Slight pressure by the Lady Bulldogs with under a minute and a half to play in the second quarter. Top of the key, Scott with it. Scott goes left side around the screen from Chumbley. Left-handed three off the mark. Chumbley skies for the rebound, kicks out to Wright. Wright's long baseline jumper is good, and that's going to force a quick timeout by Coach Jason Smith. As the Lady Bulldogs lead has dropped from 28 down to 19. We'll be right back with you here on the Bulldog Digital Network. Out of the timeout. It'll be Tennessee Wesleyan's ball. Welch showing a 2-3 zone now. Top of the key to Phillips. High post feed to Bates. Nobody low block. Now it's a cutting Phillips who gets the opportunity and draws the foul against number 24, Lindsey Wright. Second, team fifth. But either way, it was a shooting foul, so Phillips will be at the line for two. Bates checking out. Zella Crowder comes back in. Dawson back in for Welch as well. Between the timeouts by Welch and Tennessee Wesleyan, it was Lady Flames on an 11-8 run. Although Tennessee Wesleyan had rattled off 6 straight points to start, and it was on a 6-2 run, and then Welch took over and scored 9 straight without the Lady Bulldogs scoring. Both free throws good there for Tennessee Wesleyan's Phillips. Full court press. Couldn't get the steal. Chumbley comes away with it. 50 seconds to play in the quarter. Dawson out front, working against Powell. Looks to the left, a little hesitation move. Thought she was going to pick it up and pass it. Instead, now she'll swing it around to the top of the key to Chumbley. Chumbley works to the right wing. Crowder picks her up, spin move into the paint. That'll help defense by McCullough and forces an ill-advised shot. Powell pulls it off, and there's at least a half a second differential in game and shot clock. Bates pulls the three from the near corner, and it's good. Alexis Bates with a long-range bucket. 24-point lead here. The final 12 seconds ticking off, and it's going to be a travel by Chumbley on the far side. Alexis Bates with 5 points so far. Only 3 Lady Bulldogs yet to get in the scoring column, but plenty of time to do that. Here's McCullough. Top of the key, sends it over to Phillips. Fires the triple, missed it. Crowder battles for the rebound, but that's how the first half will end, with Tennessee Wesleyan Lady Bulldogs in front, 53-29 here, trying to get the home opening win for new head coach Jason Smith against Welch. And they lead it at the half by 24, 53-29. We'll take a break here on the Bulldog Digital Network. Be off the air for a few minutes and then bring you some first half stats right before the start of the second half here on the Bulldog Digital Network. Welcome back in as we close out halftime here on the Bulldog Digital Network. As you can hear the buzzer sounding, it'll be Wesleyan's ball out of the halftime break here. It'll be Stone, Anna Crowder, J.C. Powell, Sierra Bates, and Lindsay out there for Tennessee Wesleyan. So the same starting five back out there, and Welch will have most of the same starters: Watts, Whiting, Scott, Chumbley, and Wright out there for them. Tennessee Wesleyan leads this one 53-29. Leading scorer for the Lady Bulldogs was Stone with 11. Now Lindsay's trying to put one back in. She's got 10. That would have made her the leading scorer, and it's a travel here by Welch, so it'll stay with Tennessee Wesleyan. 11 points by Stone, 10 by Lindsay, 7 by Anna Crowder, 6 by J.C. Powell off of 2 made three-pointers, 5 for Phillips and Alexis Bates. Three-pointer up by Anna Crowder, no good. Rebound tipped out of bounds by Welch. Leading rebounder for the Lady Bulldogs. It's a tie between J.C. Powell with 3 and Jacelyn Stone with 3. On the other side, Chumbley with 9 points, 4 boards leads the Lady Flames. Another missed opportunity here for Tennessee Wesleyan, 40 seconds into the third quarter. 7 points by Watts, 6 by Lindsay Williams. Lindsay Wright Williams. So, and then 3 points by Scott, 2 by Whiting, and 2 by Dawson for the Lady Flames to round out the scoring. Three-pointer off the mark here. Wesleyan shooting now 58.8%. Welch 38.7. Another missed shot here by Tennessee Wesleyan. 35.7 from behind the arc for the Lady Bulldogs. 30.8 now by Welch. 20% from the line for the Lady Flames and 61.5, 8 of 13 for the Lady Bulldogs. Tennessee Wesleyan having 8 turnovers so far, 16 for Welch. Wesleyan has been able to score 22 points off of the 16 turnovers by Welch. 22 total rebounds so far by Tennessee Wesleyan to the 16 of Welch. Wesleyan assisting on 13 of 20 made shots. Here's Watts, gets stuck at the high elbow. Back to the action. Chumbley spins into the lane. Bates kind of came across her, no foul. Rebound tipped out. Here comes Lindsay pushing it. Still looking for her first bucket here in the third quarter. And it's going to be Anna Crowder getting into the hoop there on a transition bucket. 26-point lead. Wesleyan won the second quarter, 27-15. Wright answers back, 21-55 for Welch. Left side, Lindsay, feed into Bates at the high post, now kicks out. Lindsay for 3, on the way, in and out it goes. Sierra Bates pulls down the rebound, drops it to Powell. Quick little shot off the glass and good for J.C. Powell. Back to 26-point advantage, 7:40 to play here in the third quarter of action. Again, remind you, Coach Jason Smith will be with us on the post game. He'll talk to the team while we run down some stats, and then we'll have our first interview with head coach Jason Smith. This one's going to be the second on Anna Crowder. Here's Scott around the perimeter. Into the far corner. It's going to be Whiting, kicks it out. Scott pops the 3. Southpaw missed it. Over the back, going to be the call. White 4. We're going to say that's on Jacelyn Stone. Bulldog faithful kind of groan at that one. Stone just looked like she had a good box out going. Chumbley in the far corner. Now on the left wing, Chumbley back with it, gets it up top to Scott. Under 7 to play in the third. Shot clock down to 5. And a moving screen called here on Chumbley. Her second, team first of the quarter. Tennessee Wesleyan with 2 fouls here in the third quarter already. Crowder set to inbound it to Stone. Top of the key comes Lindsay to get the pass. Puts it on the floor to the right. Lob bounce pass to Bates. Now top of the key to Crowder. Crowder goes left side. Finds Lindsay open near corner for three. Too strong. Powell with the backside board, though. Fresh 20 for the Lady Bulldogs. Crowder puts it on the floor, kicks it over to Powell. Powell around the screen at the top. Trying to bounce it to Lindsay, and she just had to get the pass away, so she didn't travel with it. Full court press shown by Tennessee Wesleyan here once again. 6:20 to go in the third. 57-31. Tennessee Wesleyan comfortably in front. Wright misses the lay-in. Whiting comes flying in, gets the rebound, goes up, and gets the lay-in. Second bucket of the half for the Lady Flames. Knotted up 4 apiece by each team here in the third quarter. Out front, Crowder with it. Screen from Bates, she goes right side of it. Bounce pass to a cutting Powell. Missed the lay-in on the right side, though. It'll go out of bounds off of Tennessee Wesleyan, and Welch will have full court to go against this press once again. Lob into Chumbley. Crowder trying to cut her off. Just gets back. Now Bates trying to pick her up in the front court. Lindsay overplays the anticipation. Recovers now. Corner three, up and no good for Wright. Ball bounces straight to Crowder. She'll collect it. Stone to her left. Powell to the further left. Crossover by Crowder. Gets into the paint. Spins. Drops it back to Bates. Left-handed jumper is good for Sierra Bates. Back to 26-point advantage. Tennessee Wesleyan led by as many as 28 with about 3 minutes left in the second quarter. Crowder fights off a hard screen by Chumbley. The kick out to Watts. Her three answers back. 59-26. Lady Bulldogs still in front. Watts now 3 for 4 from behind the arc. Into Bates. Bates, little nice shoulder move, post move. Too strong off the glass, though. Whiting picks it up, gets it up to Scott. Scott trying to take another one. Foot was on the line, but no call. They were going to give her the three, but she missed it. Stone, bounce pass, feed to Crowder. Crowder lay in on the right side. Bucket is good, and the foul. 61-26. That one's on Whiting, her second, team second of the quarter. Trio of changes here for Tennessee Wesleyan as Alexis Bates checks back in, Abby Barr and Julia Howard back in as well. And Crowder converts the second three-point play by the Lady Bulldogs at the line tonight. 62-36, 4:16 to go. Wright trying to work her way in against Lindsay, looking for help out front to Scott. Scott guarded there by Crowder. Screen coming from Watts for Scott. She'll drop it down to Watts. Watts, step back three over Crowder is short, airballed. Howard clears out the board over to Barr. Barr, top of the key to Bates. Now left side, Crowder. It's deflected off of Welch as Howard was trying to get the inlet pass. Bates gets it to Barr off a back screen, and laying it in is Abby Barr. 64-26 ties that largest lead. Welch trying to answer back and transition. Looked like a walk, no call there. Whiting making that one. So 64-28. Barr, quick crossover against Scott, finds Bates, quick pass out to Crowder. Here comes a screen from Howard. Goes opposite side of it, laying off the glass, too strong again. Outlet pass to Watts. She'll cross the time stripe. It's a 3-on-2 break. Wesleyan trying to recover, and Barr does, blocks it. Wright, though, stays with it and still makes the lay-in on the right side. Good hustle by Abby Barr to get back. Wesleyan just could not recover the rest of the way defensively. 64-40, under 3 to play in the third. Barr overplayed by her defender, goes up for a shot and couldn't draw the foul, so just goes out of bounds. Chumbley back in here. Aaron Dawson at the high post. It's going to be Scott with it. The Bulldogs led by Anna Crowder. Watson Wright leading the Lady Flames with 10 apiece. Chumbley loses the handle on it. Ball poked away. Bates on the ground for it. Jump ball will keep it with Welch. It'll be inbounded underneath. Shot clock will stay at 11. So it did not change possession. Watts trying to get it in. That was a deep 5-second call. No signal. Now the bucket and the foul is good for Whiting on the offensive board, and that one's going to be on Alexis Bates, her second. Team third of the quarter. Bucket good by Whiting. 22-point advantage. She makes the 3-point play. Make that a 21-point advantage for Tennessee Wesleyan. Pass deflected in front of Lindsay. Whiting trying to work back against Lindsay. Lindsay recovering, forced an ill-advised shot, and ooh, that one goes out of bounds off of Wesleyan's Howard, they say. So it'll be Watts to inbound it once again underneath. Howard deflects the inbounds pass. Good hands right there. Whiting loses the handle, looking for help. Bates out there on her. Chumbley far corner three. Too strong. Barr with an easy backside rebound. 2 minutes to play in the third quarter. Drops it to Anna Crowder. Fakes the shot. Kicks it back. Alexis Bates, she'll take the open look for three and rattles it home. 24-point advantage once again. Barr almost gets the steal off the inbounds. Dawson now with it. Across the court it goes, middle of the floor into the hands of Scott. Scott looking around. Welch slowing the pace down. A minute and a half to play in the third. Shot clock now at 10. Ella Crowder and Wright coming to the scorer's table for either team. Layup on the right side, no good. Crowder collects the board. A minute 20 to play. Up to Lindsay in transition. One dribble, layup bounces out, and Howard will deflect it out of bounds. And so actually McCullough and Ella Crowder return for Tennessee Wesleyan. Wright returns for Welch. You see Johnson University coach Byron Lawhon, who's assistant for Coach Jason Smith at Bryan College, here in attendance. Barr deflects it out of bounds once again. Shot clock at 19. Coach Smith got a good opportunity to plead the case on this one. Should be a 10-second call, but they didn't get possession in the front court is his case, and it was deflected. .55 seconds. Step back, three-pointer off the mark by Whiting. Good box out by Ella Crowder, and she'll draw the contact foul. This one's going to be on Whiting, her third, team third. 48.7 remaining. Bates is going to bring it up the court here. Crowder comes to the near corner. Howard sets a screen top of the key. It's Crowder that gets it in the corner. Now up to Barr on the left wing. Barr drive and kick to Crowder. Crowder around the screen. McCullough. McCullough loses the handle. Ball picked up by Chumbley or by Wright, and then a loose ball foul on Tennessee Wesleyan. That's going to be on McCullough. McCullough gets her second, team fourth, with 29.4 showing in the third quarter of action. Little pop on the short jumper by Dawson, no good. McCullough answers with the defensive board after committing the foul. Here comes Bates across the time stripe back to McCullough. McCullough thought about the three, said she'll send it up. Lady Bulldogs can take the last shot. Howard backing her way in and gets fouled. That should be the fourth, so it'll be a non-shooting foul. And to McCullough, gets fouled on the shot. And Whiting's going to pick up her fourth. McCullough makes the first one. 3.9 remaining. And the second one is good as well. 69-33. 26-point advantage. Welch heaves it from half court, and it's going to fall well short. So at the end of the third quarter, Tennessee Wesleyan still in front. 69-33, 26-point advantage as we head to the fourth and final quarter here on the Bulldog Digital Network. Final 10 minutes of action coming here on the Bulldog Digital Network. Jared Wright bringing you all the action here in our first ball game of the basketball season here at home. Men have played a couple of exhibition games, but regular season getting kicked off this week. Stone starts Lady Bulldogs shot attempt off the mark. Ball rolls around, ends up into the hands of Whiting. Whiting going to push the pace, bounce pass feed to right, and the lay-in puts Welch in the scoring column first in the fourth and final quarter. Still a 24-point advantage by Tennessee Wesleyan. Ella Crowder, Anna Crowder, Aubrey Long, number 14, J.C. Powell, number 10, and Jacelyn Stone out there. Shot off the mark by Long. Now misadvised pass here, intercepted from Dawson by Crowder. Crowder over to her sister Ella, and Ella couldn't get the foul call. Ball runs out to Aubrey Long. She'll feed it back inside. Nice assist by Long to give it right back to Ella Crowder, 71-45. 26-point advantage. Chumbley going to bring it up the court. Screen from Chumbley for Dawson. Dawson's got an uncontested layup on the right side. That's probably the easiest bucket Welch has had all night long. Stone bringing it up the court. She's got 11. 4 assists, 4 rebounds as well. Second leading scorer here for the Lady Bulldogs. Anna Crowder with her 12 leading the way. Going to try to make it 14, short off the jumper. Powell trying to get the tie up with Whiting on the rebound, but couldn't get it. Powell picking up Whiting. Now Ella Crowder about had the steal in front of Chumbley. Instead, it's going to leave Watts open for an open three. She misses it off the back iron into the hands of Anna Crowder. Three-pointer passed up by Stone. Kicks it over to Powell. She can knock him down, and she does just that. J.C. Powell with another long ball to her credit tonight. She's got 11, and she's 3 of 4 from behind the arc. Wesleyan had the steal, but then gives it right back. 27-point lead by the Lady Bulldogs. Here's Anna Crowder with the steal. Crowder pushing the pace. Ball fake, layup on the right side gives the Lady Bulldogs their largest lead of the ball game at 29. 7.5 to go in this one. Still that full court press shown by Tennessee Wesleyan early of the season, so working on a lot of different looks. New coaching staff. Layup by Whiting is no good, and she draws the foul. Anna Crowder picks up her third, team first of the quarter. Whiting makes that one. 76-48, 7:16 to play. $76-49. Stone bringing it up the floor. Here's Powell. Sends it over to the long. Now Crowder, top of the key. Lady Bulldogs very patiently working through their offensive sets. Here's Long, top of the key, working against Scott. Backs down into the paint. Kicks it out to Ella Crowder. Shot clock to 6. Here's Anna Crowder on the drive. Gets a screen from Ella Crowder at the high post. And it creates an open layup. 78-49. Half court pass to Chumbley, and she's going to be fouled there by Stone. Stone stops the fast break a little bit. So I look across the way, I see Johnny Morgan, longtime McMinn Central coach and Hall of Famer in every sense of the word. Every level he's been at, Tennessee Wesleyan Hall of Fame. As Whiting gets an easy lay-in off the inbounds play. 78-51, 6:22. Corner, it's Ella Crowder. Drive, layup, is good for Ella Crowder. Battled her way through a lot of contact to make that one. Back to another 29-point lead. And Wesleyan going to commit a foul in the front court of Welch, and Aubrey Long's going to pick up her third. And timeout on the court by Welch. It's a full 60-second timeout. We'll stay with them, or we'll take a break with them here on the Bulldog Digital Network. Back here on the Bulldog Digital Network out of the timeout by Welch. It's going to be Dawson top of the key. Three-pointer rattles in and out. Ball tipped around. Abby Barr gets it. She checked in during the timeout break. She joins Stone, Powell, Long, and Ella Crowder out there. Stone drives, right side. Lay-in is good, and the foul. 51-82. Lady Bulldogs extend their largest lead to 31 now. Tennessee Wesleyan going to get Phillips and Farr back into the ball game. That third quarter, it was 16-14 advantage for Tennessee Wesleyan, but so far, Lady Bulldogs up 13-8 through the third quarter as Stone converts another three-point play. Now the largest lead of the game. Alexis Bates checks back in for Stone. Here's Watts, and Long's going to commit another foul. That's going to be her fourth. And the team fourth of the quarter. So 5:35 to go, and Wesleyan one foul away from sending Welch to the line for 2 free throws for the rest of the game. Here's Whiting, a drive, and there's the fifth foul. This one a shooting foul anyway, as Bates is going to commit the foul. So Whiting leading the way, 13 points on the night. She's 3 of 3 at the line. Five minutes and 20 seconds to go. Both free throws were good by Whiting. We'll say the foul's on the floor. This one on Dawson, her third, team first of the quarter. Team second of the quarter. So it'll be Alexis Bates to kid in. Gets it into Barr, now back to Bates. Bates passes up the jumper, and they'll say she traveled with it, left too early. Inbounds comes to Whiting. She's going to work it up the floor. Bounce pass into the near corner to Scott. Scott around the screen from Chumbley, now gets it to Chumbley on the pick and roll. Little lane jumper, missed it. Bates with the backside board in front of 2 defenders. 4:48 to go, and it's still a 30-point game, 83-53. Tennessee Wesleyan well on the way to their first victory of the season. Far inside, gets blocked there by Dawson, they say. Poked out of bounds there by Phillips on the far side. Right side, Whiting with it. Looks to Watts, near corner. This three-pointer misses everything. Into the hands of Phillips. She'll clear it out to Bates. 4:15 to go. Here's Long. Transition. She'll circle it back out on the perimeter. Out front to Phillips. Now into Farr. Farr, nice little bounce pass to Bates. And Bates gets body checked inside by 00 Watts. Her second. Third on the Lady Flames. First one is good by Bates. .31 advantage, 84-53. And Bates is good with both. Back up 32-point advantage, largest lead of the game. And then Aubrey Long is going to foul out of this ball game. Jordan McCullough will check in. .409 to play, and it'll be 2 free throws coming for Caroline Watts. She's 1 for 4 there tonight with 10 points to her credit. And she gets the first one. So really no time off the clock between the made buckets. Now McCullough gets the missed free throw. She'll clear it out to Bates. Down low, Farr. Is going to draw the foul there against Dawson. Her fourth, team fourth. Actually, they've got that as Dawson's 5th, so I've missed one somewhere. But Alexis Bates trying to get it in, looking for help, gets it into McCullough. McCullough fights through a double team, stays with it. Ball off the mark, gets her on board. Trying to go up, gets it to Phillips in the lane, and Phillips knocks down the short jumper. .340 to go. 33-point advantage, the largest for the Lady Bulldogs. Looking to extend it here after the steal by McCullough. It's a 4-on-2 break. Layup is good by Jordan McCullough. .35-point advantage, 89-54. Long lob into the post, far right there, and that, I mean, she was straight up, but she's going to draw the foul. Offensive player and Chumbley collided with her on the lob, and we'll say Farr just didn't give her the room to come back down. Chumbley does get it to bounce around and fall in for her. Second one falls out into the hands of McCullough. She'll clear it up to Barr, who loses the handle. She had double teamed by Watson Whiting. And then a moving screen on Watts. It's going to be the third on Watts. And good call there, transition. She was running, shielding Barr from getting back, and it's a moving screen. 3 minutes to play in this one. Tennessee Wesleyan looking to even up their record at 1-1. Give Jason Smith his home debut win. Farr, top of the key, sets a screen for Bates. Bates pulls the three off the back iron. Long rebound by Watts. Looks like she'll clear it out here to Scott. Scott on the right wing calling for a pick, it looked like. Still wanting it, gets it from Chumbley. Chumbley on the pick and roll. She loses her feet. Didn't get the trip call Coach Bryan wanted. Transition lay-in is good on the connection from Bates to McCullough. 91-55, 2:20 to play, and 36-point advantage by the Lady Bulldogs. Wesleyan forces a turnover in the backcourt. Farr gets the inbounds from McCullough. Drops it to Phillips. Phillips gets a screen. Pull up. Just beyond the 15-foot line is good for Grace Phillips. 93-55. Lady Bulldogs inching closer to the century mark. Here's Watts into the lane. Farr went up to try to block it, couldn't get it. 93-57. We've got a timeout on the court. Lady Bulldogs comfortably in front, 93-57. We'll be back in 60 seconds. Back here on the Bulldog Digital Network. Get set for the final 1:55 to be played here. McCullough with it on the far side, gets it to Barr. Now to Farr. Lead, feed back into Barr is good. The assist to Courtney Farr. 95-57. 1:35 to play and back to a 38-point advantage. Whiting over to Scott. Scott trying to get past McCullough. brings it back to the top of the key. 1:20 to go. Shot clock at 13, now 12. Right side, it's right. She'll pop the long three-pointer and drills it. Just a good shot right there. Hand was in the face, but that was a deep three. Far side McCullough with it. Now to Barr, gets it to Farr on the elbow. Back to Barr it goes. Thought about the three. Instead, she'll take it off the dribble, looking for help. Back to Courtney Farr for three. In and out that goes. Alexis Bates with the rebound, and the putback is good by Alexis Bates. 50 seconds to go, and Lady Bulldogs lead it 97-60. Wright with a three, missed it. 42 seconds to go. Lady Bulldogs 3 points from the century mark. Left side to Barr. Now down low it goes to Farr. Farr back to the basket. Goes up and gets in the scoring column. Courtney Farr with a big bucket underneath. 29.1 remaining. Lady Bulldogs in front by 39. And a foul called here on Courtney Farr. Her second, team fifth. And so 24.5 remaining. Shot clock is now off. Sends Lindsay Wright to the line for the Lady Flames. Second leading scorer. Well, she's tied for the lead with 15 points between her and Carolyn Whiting. Williams 0 for 1 now at the line, and ball went flying to the bleachers, so it'll take a minute to pick that one up. 99-60. Lady Bulldogs showing an impressive front. He is against a short-handed Welch. 6 players dressed tonight. Both teams having somebody foul out. Wright does connect on this one. 99-61. Lady Bulldogs will not take the final shot. Coach Jason Smith tells them just to hold off. And ongoing joke is, you watched the movie Semi-Pro back in the day. If you hit 100, Jackie Moon promised free corn dogs. Wesleyan not going to have the free corn dogs as they stay at the 99 mark and handle Welch with ease here. 99-61 to open Jason Smith's tenure here at Tennessee Wesleyan and go to 1-1 on the season. Welch drops to 0-2 on the season as the Lady Bulldogs get majority of everyone in the scoring column and handle business here on Dwayne Farmer Court. We'll take a short break real quick and then bring you some final stats, and also Coach Jason Smith will join us as well for a post-game interview and his first here on the Bulldog Digital Network. Back here on the Bulldog Digital Network, let's look at some final stats as we await Coach Jason Smith to come up and talk to us after that big win, 99-61. Lady Bulldogs handle Welch in convincing fashion. Shoot 58.2% from the field, 39 of 67. Welch on the other side, 37.7%, 23 of 61% from the field. Behind the arc, it's Welch 6 of 25, 24%. Whereas Lady Bulldogs shoot 7 of 21 for 33.3%. Free throws, neither team really doing a great job at the line. Welch 9 of 16, 56.3%. Wesleyan missing 5, most of them on the front end of two-shot fouls, 14 of 19, 73.7%. Turnovers, Wesleyan wins that battle 15-22. They did get 32 big points off of the 22 turnovers by Welch. Welch getting 12 points off of the 15 turnovers by Tennessee Wesleyan. Wesleyan out rebounds them 41-28. Had 12 offensive, 29 defensive. Welch 13 offensive boards, 15 defensive boards. Wesleyan assisting 23 times on 39 made shots, which is a very impressive number, as well as 9 assists for Welch on 23 made shots. Blocks 2-1 in favor of Welch. Steals 15-8 in favor of Tennessee Wesleyan. Both teams committing a lot of fouls, especially there late. 21-18, Wesleyan losing that battle. Bench points, 46 points for Tennessee Wesleyan compared to the 4. Again, Welch with only 6 players, so that kind of dictates a lot of that. Second chance points, Lady Bulldogs get outscored by 10, 21-11. And then points in the paint, Tennessee Wesleyan 14 points to the 16 of Welch. Looking at your individual scores here, ending the game with 4 players in double figures. Lindsey Wright, 7 of 14 for Welch with 5 boards and 1 assist to go along with her 16 points. Then Carolyn Whiting, 5 of 14 from the field. Perfect at the line, 5 of 5. She had 8 rebounds to lead the team in that category to go along with 15 points. And then Caroline Watts, 4 of 8 from the field, 3 of 7 from behind the arc, 2 of 6 from the line, 3 rebounds and 13 points. Chumbley with 4 of 14 from the field. She had 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and 10 points. And then it was Donnie Dawson with 4 and Jaleel Scott with 3. Tennessee Wesleyan had 5 in double figures as well. It was Anna Crowder pacing the way with 16 points. She had 4 rebounds, 4 assists, followed by Jacelyn Stone with 14 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists. 12 points by Alexis Bates to go along with 4 rebounds, and then J.C. Powell with 4 rebounds along with her 11 points, 3 assists. 10 points by Jalea Lindsay, 2 rebounds and 2 assists. And then Grace Phillips with 9, Abby Barr with 8, along with Jordan McCullough. So Coach Jason Smith has joined us, and Coach, I'm just going to make sure you can hear me over there.
I got you.
Okay.
I'm loud, though.
Yeah,
I'm real loud.
Let's turn that down a little bit there.
Yeah.
So, but Coach, first, welcome to Tennessee Wesleyan, and congrats on a rather convincing win, first time here.
I appreciate it. It's good to be back to Tennessee, and I forget how loud this gym gets, even with a small crowd. I love this gym, by the way. It's awesome.
Of course, I joked with you before, it's nice to have you on this side of Highway 30, and so
Sure.
taking the helm. Obviously, tonight, trying to get the first win. You lost earlier to Life over the weekend, but you come in. Welch is just overmatched compared to you all, but still a convincing win anytime you put up almost 100 points in a game. That's pretty big.
Yeah, that's nice to get back on our home court and play well. I mean, our Life game, I would say we played really well. We played against a team that was just bigger, faster, stronger than us a little bit, and they beat us up. But I like how we played against Life, and I thought we got better that day. And I was really proud of them, how they played against that team, and I think they kind of carried it over today. A little sloppy in the second half. I think they lost concentration a little bit. But it's good when you get everybody on the floor and they get to play, and everybody contributed and did some nice things, and I think they can walk out of here with some confidence. But at the same time, coach is never satisfied, so there's always something to work on and get better at. You know, we want every offensive rebound. We want every loose ball. So we're a little greedy when it comes to that.
Well, before we get into what you've got to work on and improve, let's talk a little bit about that defensive pressure, full court pressure we saw pretty much the whole game from the Lady Bulldogs, and creating a lot of turnovers. In fact, 22 turnovers by Welch, but you get 32 points off of those turnovers. That's a big stat right there.
Yeah, I just decided early on that we were going to press with this team for a lot. I mean, certain teams we're not going to be able to do that for 40 minutes, but this team we obviously could. And you know, we got a lot of kids that can play. I mean, so it's hard to tell who you're going to put on the floor some nights. So I figure if we're going to press, we're going to wear people out a little bit, and hopefully everybody gets to play a lot of minutes at some point and ultimately win games doing that. But, yeah, our pressure gave us some trouble. We knew it kind of would. I think there's some things we could have done better in it, but we'll get better at that. Another
thing, you shared the ball very well, 23 assists on 39 made shots for the night. that's a unselfish basketball team is what that looks like.
It's probably what I'm most proud of. After looking at the stat, I didn't know that until I just looked at it after the game, and that's probably what I'm most proud of. I think when we're going to be really good is when we're going to share the basketball. And my teams in the past have always had 20-plus assists in games, and I think if you're doing that, you have a fun environment. We talk a lot about being great teammates, being family, and that shows up on the court when you're passing it to your teammates, the open teammates. So that was great.
Anytime you score 99, I think a lot of people are having fun, fans included. Let's talk a little bit about things you saw that definitely going to be back in the gym working on tonight, after tonight.
Yeah, I think we just kind of got a little lackadaisical on some plays in the second half defensively. We just didn't talk. We didn't jump to the ball. First half, I thought we gave up too many offensive rebounds. They had 8 offensive rebounds at half. That's just too many for what we want to achieve. 5 or less is doable, and many times they had 13 points at half off second chance points, and I just think that's too many. So I'm a little greedy like that. But so rebounding and then getting some loose balls. I think we left some loose balls on the floor that we could have had, and we were slapping at them instead of picking it up. So those are little things, and I think they're really fixable. So we're excited about getting back in the gym tomorrow.
Obviously, you inherit a familiar lineup to a lot of fans here, that a lot of talented girls that played at the high school level to high level, but they've gelled well together, but some newcomers that seem to have gelled well already for your team coming in with Lindsay and also with Phillips, and then you got McCullough as well coming in.
Yeah, Jalea is probably, she's just excelled beyond my expectation level. Coming in late, being hired late, when I didn't get a chance to really recruit a lot of kids. We had 13 kids on the roster, and Donnie wanted me to get a couple more. So I found, so Jalea was just a gem, to be honest, to find a high character kid.
Yes.
Kid with, with a motor. She's got length. She can get to the basket, run the floor. She can shoot a little bit. She has several tools in her tool belt, and it shows up. And being in our starting lineup with all the seniors coming back that we have, that's impressive. I think she has a chance to compete for Freshman of the Year in our conference, to be honest. And then, Jordan's just taking a little bit longer to get comfortable with our system. But she came around today and played really well. And then Grace is just a kid that I think is going to be a nice player down the road. She had an ACL injury that she's coming off of, so she's still not quite 100% with her lateral speed. But the kid can shoot the ball.
Yes.
She did tonight. She put 9 points up tonight, and so I like shooters. So that kid's going to find a way to get on the floor if she can defend, right? Because she can shoot it.
I'm just glad to see several of those now being Lady Bulldogs after covering McMinn County for the last 4 years. I've had to deal with Phillips and Lindsay, who played at Bradley Central and Walker Valley anytime they played McMinn. So it's good to see them in good colors. So
exactly.
That's what I'll say.
We like them in the blue. Everybody says I look better in blue, too, so we're good.
Well, let's get to that. Let's get to that real quick before I let you go. Obviously, it looks like you got a week off before you travel to a very familiar place, and you head to Bryan next week. So.
Yeah, you brought up the 5-letter cuss word, I think.
Yeah, talk to us about, you're going to head back, and I see Byron here, and so you've had people obviously come back to see you, but going back across Highway 30 to play against Bryan and what that'll mean for you.
Oh, I think it's going to be a little surreal, at first. Bryan was a great experience for me. They treated me well there and had a great 10-year run at Bryan, and that place means a lot to me, and the people mean a lot to me there. So it'll be a little surreal, on the other bench, never coaching a game on that side at Bryan. But I'm excited about it. It's just a game at some point. I know our girls probably are more excited about it than me. I'll see a lot of friends when I get back there, but our girls are competitive. They want to beat Bryan. They haven't beaten Bryan for a while, so they want to beat Bryan, and I guess I'd be the same way. I want to go beat Bryan as well.
That's right.
But we want to beat everybody we lace it up with. But I don't have any animosity towards them. So it's not like I can conjure up some animosity to go beat them. And the players play, and I coach the game, and they'll go play. But I think they're excited. We got a week to prep for it, which is probably too long, but.
I was going to say,
yeah,
first conference game, so that'll be a week of preparation. Sometimes it just gets to you a little bit more, I think.
Yeah, so we'll have a little downtime, and we'll have some film work, and then we got a clinic that we're running Sunday with a little kids here in town, so our girls will be able to get some community service in, and so that'll distract our minds and get us focused on somebody else and serving somebody else instead of serving ourselves. So I think that'll be good for them, and that'll focus us going into the Bryan game.
Well, it sounds like a great plan and great week ahead, and if tonight's any indication, a great season. But, Coach, congrats on the first win here at home and first win for the Lady Bulldogs under your tenure, and look forward to many more.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. Coach Jason Smith in his first game and a win here at home for the Lady Bulldogs as they take care of Welch. And, again, they will be back in action next Tuesday night over at Bryan. Of course, he was at the helm there of some standout Bryan teams running essentially the tangent through the Appalachian Athletic Conference while he was the head coach there, and so hoping he can do the same for Tennessee Wesleyan in his tenure starting here. But that'll be next Tuesday night as they head over there for the first Appalachian Athletic Conference game. So conference play starting earlier and earlier every year, it seems, as the Lady Bulldogs take care of 2 non-conference games already. They're 1-1 on the season, but they win it big here at home for our first broadcast, 99-61 over Welch, as the Lady Bulldogs take care of business in a true team effort to get the Jason Smith tenure started. That'll wrap us up here on the Bulldog Digital Network. Appreciate Coach Jason Smith joining us and getting to chat with him a little bit, and we'll get to know him more as the season goes on here at Tennessee Wesleyan. For everyone here at Tennessee Wesleyan and the Bulldog Digital Network, appreciate you tuning in tonight. This is Jared Wright. We'll see you in a couple of weeks.